I guess the question I had is, how does a person like me or in general people discover more productive, uh, languages? Like how as I've been telling you offline, I've been looking for like a project to work on in Swift, so I can really try it out.
Yeah.
I mean, my intuition was like doing a hello world is not going to get me there.
Right. Right.
To get me to experience the power of the language.
Yeah.
So
You need a few weeks to change your metabolism.
exactly, beautifully put. That's one of the problems with people with diets. Like I'm actually currently to go in parallel, but in a small tangent is I've been recently eating only meat. Okay,
Okay.
and okay, so most people are like, think that's horribly unhealthy or whatever. You have like a million, whatever the science is, it just doesn't sound right.
Well, so back when I was in college, we did the Atkins diet. That was a thing, and
Similar. And but
yeah,
if you have to always give these things a chance. I mean, with dieting, always not dieting, but it's just the things that you like. If I eat meat, just everything, I could be or more focused than usual. I just feel great. I've been running a lot, doing push-ups and pull-ups and so on. I mean, Python is similar in that sense for me.
where are you going with this?
I mean, literally, I felt I had like a stupid smile on my face when I first started
Yeah, yeah,
using Python. I could code up really quick things.
yeah.
I would see the world. I would be empowered to write a script to do some basic data processing, to
Yeah,
rename files on my
that's great.
computer,
Yeah.
right? And like Perl didn't do that for me.
Okay.
I mean, a little bit.
Well, and again,
But
like none of these are about which is best or something like that, but there's definitely better and worse here,
but it
right?
clicks, right? Well, yeah.
And if you look at Perl, for example, you get bogged down in scalars versus arrays versus hashes versus type globs and like all that kind of stuff. And Python's like, yeah, let's not do this, right?
And some of it is debugging. Like everyone has different priorities, but for me, it's can I create systems for myself that empower me to debug quickly?
hmm
Like I've always been a big fan, even just crude like asserts, like always uh, stating things that should be true,
Yep.
which in Python I found myself doing more because of type,
Yeah,
all these
sure.
kinds of stuff.
Well, you could think of types in a programming language as being kind of assert.
Yeah.
They get checked at compile time, right? So how do you learn a new thing? Well, so this, or how do people learn new things, right? This is hard. People don't like to change. People generally don't like change around them either, and so we're all very slow to adapt and change. And usually, there's a catalyst that's required to force yourself over this. So for learning a programming language, it really comes down to finding an excuse, like
Mhm.
build a thing that the language is actually good for, that the ecosystem's ready for. Um, and so and so if you were to write an iOS app, for example, that'd be the easy case. Obviously, you would use Swift for that, right? There are other
Android.
so Swift runs on Android.
Oh, does it?
Oh yeah. Swift runs in
How
lots
does
of
that work?
places.
So,
Okay, so Swift is built on top of LLVM.
Yeah.
LLVM runs everywhere.
Okay.
LLVM, for example, builds the Android kernel.
Oh wow.
So-
Okay.
So yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
so
I didn't realize this.
yeah, so Swift is very portable. Runs on Windows. It runs on lots of different things. But
And Swift. Sorry to interrupt. Swift UI, and then there's a thing called UI Kit. So,
So-
can I build an app with Swift?
well, so that's the thing, is the ecosystem is what matters there. So Swift UI and UIKit are Apple technologies.
Okay, got it.
And so they happen to, like, Swift UI happens to be written in Swift, but it's an Apple proprietary framework that Apple loves and wants to keep on its platform, which makes total sense. You go to Android and you don't have that library.
Yeah.
Right. And so Android has a different ecosystem of things that hasn't been built out and doesn't work as well with Swift. And so you can totally use Swift to do like arithmetic and things like this, but building a UI with Swift on Android is not a great experience right now.
So if I wanted to learn Swift, what's the the one practical different version of that is Swift for TensorFlow, for example. And one of the inspiring things for me with both TensorFlow and PyTorch is how quickly the community can like switch from different libraries.
Yep.
Like you could see some of the community switching to PyTorch now, but it's very easy to see. And then TensorFlow is really stepping up its game, And then there's no reason why. I think the way it works is basically there has to be one GitHub repo, like one paper steps up.
It gets people
It
excited.
gets
Yeah.
people excited, and they're like, "Ah, I have to learn this
Well,
Swift for what's Swift again?" Like,
yeah.
and then they learn it and they fall in love with it. I mean, that's what happened with
Yep.
PyTorch. As it,
There has to be a reason, a catalyst.
yeah,
Right? And so, and there, I mean, people don't like change, but it turns out that once you've worked with one or two programming languages, the basics are pretty similar. And so, one of the fun things about learning programming languages, even maybe Lisp, I don't know if you agree with this, is that when you start doing that, you start learning new things. Because you have a new way to do things and you're forced to do them, and that forces you to explore, and it puts you in learning mode. And when you get in learning mode, your mind kind of opens a little bit and you can see things in a new way, even when you go back to the old place.